Hey guys, Snortle here. So today I'm diving in and having a look at Bloodhound and how Bloodhound ranks in my legend rankings. See just how he sits right now in the metagame. Recently, Bloodhound had a whole lot of buffs, and I haven't spent a lot of time playing him, so I have been diving in to a number of games. I'm still throwing up in the air whether I'm switching from my main, which is Pathfinder, in Season 5, and moving to another legend. And I wanted to try Bloodhound out because way back in Season 1 I used to have a lot of fun with this particular legend. But I want to know, where does Bloodhound sit right now in the metagame? Were those buffs good? Were they valuable? And did they make enough of a difference to actually play more Bloodhound? So first of all, if we have a look at the legend rankings, where does Bloodhound sit? Well, he does have some negative effects, and they're minor, but the main one being when the Bloodhound uses his tactical or ultimate ability, it's a massive announcement. Hey, there's a Bloodhound in the area, watch out. And so when you actually use the Eye of the Allfather scan, it clearly shows where the direction of the scan came from. So enemy squads, scanned or not, can see the position of where the Bloodhound is on the map. That's a bit of a negative, but it does also negatively impact your team because people will identify that's where the squad is, that's where they're coming from. So while there's a benefit, there's a massive negative there. They don't all get pinpointed, your squad doesn't all get pinpointed, neither does Bloodhound, but you can kind of work out where the position is. And then when he uses Beast of the Hunt, again, it's a big, hey, here we go, we're about to get attacked by a squad. So there is a negative effect. It's not huge, but it still exists. So he gets a minor negative effect score. As far as team abilities, again, this really comes down to the Eye of the Allfather scan. That scan will show where your enemies are within, or for a short period of 3 seconds. And if your scan is in the right direction, your teammates can also pick that up and spot them and actually know how to position them. So again, it's a small advantage. I'm not 100% sure just how good this is at the moment. It's good, but it's not quite good enough in my opinion. Nevertheless, there is a small contribution with the team abilities. And in ranked games, again, I'm not 100% sure where Bloodhound sits. Right now, he's definitely not a top tier legend, but he can provide some usefulness to the team. So I don't mind him in ranked games. I don't know that we're going to see him in diamond rank or above anytime soon. But let's see how Bloodhound stacks out. Let's have a look at his abilities. He has Eye of the Allfather, which gives you a 3-second tracking. It also massively gives away your position and announces, hey, there's a squad coming in. So there are some negatives there. The tracker, which is a passive ability, it's often not useful. If I'm being honest, it's been very, very rare that I've been able to use that for any real benefit. Generally, we know there's a squad somewhere and we're running after them. The tracker isn't always the clearest. Often there's red markings everywhere if you're in close proximity. It doesn't always help. I can tell you on very, very rare occasions it's helped me hunt down a runner. If someone's split and I know and I want to know where they're going, I can go and track them down and actually finish them off. But that's such a rare occasion. I'm talking 1 in 40 games, 1 in 50 games that actually that happens. Beast of the Hunt gives you that speed increase of 30%, plus that lasts for about 35 seconds, I think, and you get a bonus 5 seconds per knockdown as per the recent buff. I really like this. Everyone, I think, who plays Bloodhound loves Beast of the Hunt. It can be both an offensive and a defensive and actually a scouting ability. I really would like to see something happen with this. A little more improvement. The timer is, I think it's 3 minutes before it resets. It's just too long, and I think the whole flavour of the character is that the Bloodhound needs to be on the offensive. It is a tracker and he is a hunter. So I think lowering that or making it so that an ultimate accelerant actually totally refreshes that instantly, similar to what happens with Watson with her ultimate. I think that would be a buff that would be very welcome. And even still, with any of these things that I'm mentioning, I don't know that it would make him top tier. I just think it's some small improvements that would be better and more beneficial. So like I said, the team abilities, Eye of the All-Father can give the heads up to know positions of enemies. That's pretty good. There are times, especially in ranked games, where you're running through or the circles are getting smaller and the ring's getting smaller and you're moving. And sometimes squads, especially in the higher ranks, will be sitting inside a building behind a door, and as soon as you walk in, they blast you down instantly. So being able to use that scan can definitely help, especially in some really sweaty games. So I think there are some abilities there or some benefits there. The biggest negative effect from Bloodhound really is just the big announcement, hey, there's a Bloodhound in the area. And I think that's the whole pros and cons of, well, we're going to give them this ability, but we don't want to make it too overpowered, so there's going to be a bit of a drawback. And that's how they play it. I think it's too big a drawback with not enough benefit right now. I think it's close, but it's just not quite there. With ranked, if we think about it, his scan isn't bad, and it lets him use it when he wants. It's certainly nowhere near as powerful as a crypto drone. I mean, a crypto drone can come in, if it doesn't get shot down, it can stay up for like 20 or 30 seconds, or even for a whole fight while you're fighting another squad. If you keep them busy, the drone's just there picking their spot out and giving you that advantage. Plus, Crypto can use his ultimate and, you know, stun them and reduce their shields. So it's just not quite there. I would say, if I'm going to talk about improvements to Bloodhound, I would still feel he's really underpowered compared to the really top tier legends. I feel like the Eye of the All-Father needs the tracking to last for about 6 seconds to give a definitive advantage. Let's face it, because of the cone shape that goes out in, there's times when you'll scan and you'll miss people and you move in and they're just on the edge of the scan, that squad comes in and all of a sudden you're in a gunfight and you've lost the advantage because they've seen you and you haven't seen them. And that happens more than I would like to admit. Just by scanning in slightly the wrong direction, or if they're just outside the scan, they might be running straight towards you and they're like, aha, here's the squad. They know you're coming and you don't because they didn't get scanned. So if you do manage to scan people, I think having a longer time frame. There's also plenty of times when I've scanned people, it says there's enemies in the area and I haven't been able to spot where they are because of different dynamics of where I am in the map or what else is going on. I just haven't been able to spot and say, oh, there they were, and get some indication of the direction. That happens regularly, actually, and so those extra seconds, I think, are important and are needed. The other thing, I definitely want to see the Bloodhound's ultimate reduced in time to recharge, or get an additional benefit with an ultimate accelerant. I still feel like ultimate accelerant could be better utilized by allowing people to only carry one at a time, perhaps limit the number of uses, like make it a 3-minute time period before you could use a second one, but pretty much allow all legends to use it and recharge their ultimate ability. I think that would be good for Bloodhound. So in summary, I love playing Bloodhound. I really enjoy him. I'm sure you do too. I think the buffs are almost there. They're not quite good enough. But if you want to play him up until and including Platinum rank, I think you'd probably be able to get away with it now and have some fun. It's just another legend in your mix that you can enjoy playing. And if they make just a few small tweaks, he'll be right there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, like and subscribe and leave a comment below if you like Bloodhound or not and what you really think. Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.
I will not fail the title of kill leader.
You are the Apex Champions.